Okay, so far I've been able to get the color switch clone to the iTunes App Store, and next we're going to do it to the Google Play Store. I'm going to share my screen so that you guys can see that. Right, and present to everyone. Cool. Okay, so if you look at Xcode, I have an upload successful. It went through, so I'm just going to click on done, finish, and just close and quit Xcode. That's good. I'm going back to Unity. Now that I'm inside of Unity, I need to get it ready for Android. And what I'm going to do is click in a File, and then click on Build Settings. Now, instead of selecting iOS, I'm going to select Android, obviously. Now, if somehow you did not see iOS or Android, you have to download the Unity installer again, and then add these as part of the install, okay? You just have to select it whenever you're installing Unity. It's okay, you can rerun the installer as many times as you wish to. All right, and then switch platform. So when it switches platform, it's taking all your files and putting the right dimensions and compressions for the folders and a bunch of different things. All right, so now it's switched. I see it because there's the icon next to the Android. And what I want to do is go to the player settings first. Cool. So I clicked on player settings and I see the player settings for Android. How do I know that? Well, because now I see the Android settings selected. And usually I don't have to change much because I already went through it for iOS and it's very similar. So I already have the icon, I already have the name of the company and the product. I also have all the other settings selected, so we should be good to go. And at this point, something that we got to do for Android that we don't have to do for iOS is that we need to sign it here with a key. So inside the publishing settings, I need to create a new Keystore. So I'm going to click on Create New Keystore. And then, if I remember, I'm just going to browse for it. And I'm going to create inside of the color switch and call it Keystore, and then save. Now, something very important is that the Keystore needs to, you need to keep this Keystore, because if you lose it, you will never be able to update your app. So again, you have to save this Keystore. Now I can browse Keystore, and I don't see it yet. So what I have to do is create a Keystore. So here, I know it's kind of tricky, but I can go and do a use. But usually when I create it, I have to put a Keystore password. So just add the password and confirm the password, and then browse Keystore. I know it's kind of weird that it says browse Keystore when you create a new one, but that's the way it is. Okay, user and save. Okay, so now it has a user.keystore. Cool. So now it's going to use that new Keystore that we created. And if in the future you want to update the app, you have to click on Use Existing Keystore, okay? And then select it. But so far, so good. Now I can build it. File, Build Settings, and now I'm going to click on Build. I'm going to add a new folder inside of Unity Color Switch. Instead of Build iOS, I'm going to create a new folder and call it Build-Android. Right? And then create. I'm going to give it a name, call it Build-Android, and click on Save. Now, this will create the APK file. If you're not familiar with APK files, it's basically the executable file for the Google Play Store and also for the Amazon App Store as well. All right, so this may take a while. It's a pretty small game. It doesn't use that much graphics, so it should be pretty quick, hopefully. Meanwhile, while it does that, what I want to do is start to enter my settings in the Google Play Publishing console. All right, actually, it's already finished. Cool. So you guys can see that I have a build.android.apk file. Okay, so remember what that file is and keep it. Now, I'm going to go to my web browser. Here I'm using Chrome. And I need to go to the publishing website of Google. And the address is play.google.com/apps/publish. Now, it's okay if you don't remember it by heart. You can always type on Google and search for Google Play console, and you will end up here. Press enter. You need to create an account, and you need to sign and register as an Android developer. And to become an Android developer, it's a lot cheaper than on Mac. For Apple, it's $99 a month, a year, I'm sorry. And for Google Play, it's $25, one-time fee, and then you are a developer forever. So it's very cheap to become an Android developer. All right, now, once you're in the console, make sure you click on Add New Application, then give it a title. Mine is Color Switch Clone, right? And here you can do two things, upload the APK or prepare the store for listing. I'm going to click on Upload APK, because I already have the APK, and I can just click here, upload your first APK to production. And now I'm going to either browse files or just take the file here and drag and drop it inside of the web browser right here, and this will upload the file. If everything is going fine, then the file should upload. Now, sometimes there are problems, so that we need to tweak a little bit here and there, but hopefully it will do just fine. Okay, so it's almost done. All right. Processing. So now it's going to do a lot of validations, such as making sure it's okay. And as you can see, it says that you need to sign your APK. So as you can see, even though I signed it, it seems like it's not signed, but that's okay. We can easily rectify this. Let's go back to Android and click on the player settings. And now that I'm in the player settings, yes, I see it says unsigned. The key is not selected. So I'm going to select my key. So I need to browse for a key, select the key that I created. I actually don't even see it there. So I'm going to have to probably recreate it. So create a new key store. So I'm going to put the password again. All right, and browse, user, and somehow it's not creating it. All right, create a new key. There we go. Now I can create my key. All right, you guys saw that? As soon as I saw that, as soon as it went, I can now create a new key inside of key. So the alias would be color switch key. That's fine. Then the password, put any password that you'd like, as long as you remember what the password is. Okay, first name and last name, that's you. Okay, and then the organization. If you don't have one, you can just put yourself. And then city, I'm going to put Miami, Florida, but obviously you can put yours and the country code. All right, and create key. Cool. So it's creating the key, and I have my key. So now I can use the key. I'm going to select my key here, color switch key. Excellent. And username and password. Good. Now it's going to be signed. I got to put the password here. All right. As you can see now, I have the key and the password. Now I'm going to build this. How do I build it? Well, just the same way I just did. All right. So I'm going to click on File, Build Settings, and then Build. I'm going to overwrite this APK, or just call Build Android APK 2. Okay, number 2, so that I will have 2 of them. So this might take about a minute, and I'm going to upload it again. So again, if you have the same error as what I have, make sure you do that as well. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm going to check on YouTube if somebody is trying to talk to me. Okay, so here, this one is the live one. Let's see. Is anybody talking to me? See, let's skip. No, so far so good. No one has said anything. All right, so now let's upload this APK again. Upload your first APK. Instead of browsing the files, I'm just going to come here and get the file, which is this one, the Build Android 2, the new one, and I'm going to drop it here. So now it's going to upload. Again, it might be fast or slower depending on what your internet connection is. All right, almost done. And it's going to verify the key. So hopefully this time it will work. Hopefully it can validate the signing key. All right, crossing my fingers. No, you need to sign your APK with a certificate that is currently valid. So apparently I have some kind of an invalid certificate. So I can keep playing with this. Okay, I need to get a license key for the application. So I need to click here and use this license key. So that might take a longer time than I thought. So let's see if I can do that. I can select this, then go back to Unity, go to the player settings, and see if I can input the license key anywhere. Usually I don't need a license key because I already have the Keystore, so that should have worked. So somehow I have to browse the Keystore. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so let me try again. I don't want to waste too much of your time, as you can see. This can be trickier, right? It's funny that it was actually easier to do it for the App Store, right? You would think that it'd be easier for Android, right? Apparently not. Okay, so all my settings are correct. I don't see anything else that's wrong here. Let's go to services. Nope, that's it. It's all good here, so that should have worked right off the bat. I'm going to try one more time. If not, I'm just going to stop here. So let's give it one more shot. File, build settings. All right, and here I'm going to build again. Okay, Android 3. All right. Meanwhile, while this is building, what I'm going to do is go inside of my store listing and start entering data. So this is the description. Here you have to enter the description for the Google Play App Store. So this is what the people will see. So what do I mean by what the people will see? This is what people that want to download your app or game will actually see in the App Store. So you need a small description and a full-size description. And the more information you put, the better it is, so that people want to download your app. Okay? And obviously, don't forget to save the draft every time. Okay? And keep on going. And then you have to add screenshots and the icon. So we already have the icon, so I can just drag and drop it here. I can go to my desktop and get the icon right there. So drag and drop the icon right here under high-res icon. That's why we created an icon that was 1024 pixels. Actually, it's too big, so we're going to create another one. How do you scale it down? Well, you can use Photoshop, or you can just duplicate this one, and then you can use the preview. I can just double-click on it, on the copy, and then inside of the preview, I can go to Tools and do Adjust Size, and just put a size of 512 pixels. Okay, it's that easy, 512 by 512, and press OK. Boom, save that. I'm going to rename the file to icon 512. Good, now I'm going to drag and drop it inside of the browser, right on top. So I'm going to close that and drag it right on top. So the icon 512, read it, and I'm going to drop it. Okay, it's loading, 32-bit PNG. It's taking a while, almost there. Good, all right. Also, don't forget to save. Every time you do some changes, don't forget to save. Now, go to fill up all the data, go to the content rating, fill up all the data here, but you need to upload the APK first. Go to the pricing, put a price on it. I'm going to select all the countries and put it for free. But if you want to put it paid, go for it. Save draft. And keep going through all of this. And at the end, don't forget to click on Publish App right here. So as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. We're almost there. Now I'm going to try to upload my APK again. I hope it's going to work this time. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll try. So this is the joy of programming, you know. Things can sometimes just don't go your way no matter what. Upload your first APK, browse file, and I'm going to select, actually I don't need to browse, I can just drag and drop it there. Okay, so again, I did use the player settings APK, so we should be good to go. But the console keeps complaining that there is a problem with the location and password is correct. Okay, so it's unable to list it. So there might be something wrong with that, with the Keystore that I just created. I might need to create another one. So let's go check. Yep, so it says that's still a problem with the sign-in, so I need to work with that. Yours might go through, and somehow I'm having some issues with mine. Okay, so that's it for Android. Keep going with that. I might come and fix it at some point, but that's how you do it to put it in the Android App Store. All right.